Executive Limousine, a site review. So I can't pass up an opportunity to do a site review. The New York Times, You're the Boss section, has a request here on the January 19th column. What's wrong with the Executive Limousine website? And what I wanted to talk about were two things: search engine optimization and conversion. Those are the areas my expertise are in. But if you want to do it, they have a lot of different things they're looking for, but those are the things I'm going to talk about. So when I look at the website, this is the site here, and you can see on the top, if I pull this down a little bit, you'll see here the title up here: Long Island Limousine, Long Island Limo Service, Limousine Service, Long Island. So this is absolutely focused on Long Island Limousine. Now the article said, he wanted to come up for New York Limousine, and if he does, then the site is optimized incorrectly. Everything about this site is Long Island based, and then this over here, these are the pages that are indexed in Google. Google says there's about 203 pages indexed, and you can see these are the titles. And as he probably knows, the titles of these pages are incredibly important. And he does indeed talk about New York Airport Car Service, Corporate Car Service, New York, and that sort of thing. But he comes back to Long Island Wedding Limousine Service and so forth. I think that you should just stay down the Long Island limo path. You're just in such a brutally competitive arena. I did some key phrase research over here at the Google keyword tool, and you can see over here on the right, this is the estimated average cost per click for some of these phrases. And as it says in the article, he spent tons and tons of money on this, and he's in a very competitive arena, So, but we can see that there is definitely traffic for Long Island, New York, Long Island limo, and that sort of thing. So I think that it's fine to stay focused on Long Island limo. I think, it's definitely less traffic than New York limo, but it's going to be a little bit cheaper if the decision is, Long Island isn't where it's at, it's all about New York, then you do need to start talking all about New York limousine. And just everything is New York limo, New York limousine, New York car service, New York everything, But right now it's all Long Island, which I would want to know actually, how much traffic this is generating. When I do a search for some of these phrases like Long Island limousine, I find that the site comes up on the second page. This is the second page of results here. Roughly about position 15 for Long Island limousine. So, and I think that you probably could do, I have this feeling that there's a hedge. Things are being hedged. Like, I'd really like to come up for New York, but Long Island is, doable for me. I think you just got to go all in with one or the other. Just be like, look, my focus is Long Island. I'm going to own Long Island. Long Island, if there is a limo in Long Island, it's Executive Limousine. That's it. I mean, that's just you just commit to it. Now the service is actually in Belmore, and when I looked at the local listings in Belmore, you do own that. You own it. I did a search here for Belmore, New York limo, and this was on the top of the results in the local listings in Google, and it's owner verified, which is great. And you can see there's pictures here. Potentially, maybe there's only one review, and it's a great review. It says, thanks so much for the fantastic service, my brother's wedding. You guys are awesome. See, that's great. So maybe what you could do is you could hand out cards to happy customers, you know, with maybe this link to your Google local listing or whatever local listing you wanted, and try and promote more user-generated reviews. They're very powerful these days, so that might be something that you potentially could do. And then, so finally, so those are, I think I'd stick with Long Island. I would just stick with it. So then, from a conversion standpoint, this site is a fine site. There's lots of great information in here. The URLs look good to me. There's a lot of information. If it were me, I would call these conversion things out a little bit more. Instead of making the phone number black, I would make it red. You've got a great opportunity here because your site's it's all cool colors. So, you know, a little bit of red would really make that phone number pop. I would probably do some call tracking on my paid search, so I knew what paid search was working. I imagine you get a lot of that, right? So that could be something that you look at. And then, you know, are people doing this click for live chat thing? Is that working? Maybe make the request to quote button red, instead of, you know, making it the same color as all the others. And maybe the phone number a little bit bigger. So, you know, when somebody comes to your page here for, you know, they need a limo from the airport, you want to be you just want to give them every opportunity to call you instantly and ask for information. Now, for wedding stuff, you know, I think this is great that you got all this information, so somebody can come in here and they can come to your wedding page and you can see all this, you can read about it. You know, the pictures are the real deal here. You know, maybe you could start doing some videos of people. You could be like, hey, you know, especially you take these bachelor parties, take these guys out. Oh yeah, you see like those dudes. Yeah, right. So that's awesome. Maybe you could get more of that. And then, here's a video of our limousine and state-of-the-art party bus. Awesome, very awesome. So, you know, maybe you could do that. You know, maybe a little bit more of that. This is a nice video for sure. So, you know, I think you're on to something here. It just seems like your optimization just needs to be a little bit more committed, I think. You know, because the article was saying, you know, it was a discussion about New York limousine, but I see it all about Long Island. So, you know, just become the Long Island limo. You know, you just own Long Island. You can do that. You totally can do it. But I think it's just great. Those are the things that I saw. So yeah, everything else is looking pretty healthy if you ask me. All right, everybody, thanks so much. I'm Sage Lewis, the Web Marketing Video Guy, and happy marketing.